Our sixth principle is fail fast and move on. Which brings me to a question, Joe. Do you remember your first game in the NFL?
I don't think I can ever forget that, and it's awful nice of you to mention it.
Thank you. Yeah, no problem.
Yes, I do, and actually it wasn't a very great start to a career, but I went in there expecting to do well, thought I had prepared very well, and which I think I did, but I had a few interceptions early in the game, one real early in the game, but the thing that really sticks out of my mind is not only the first interception, but the second interception where the guy had the nerve to run me over to get in the end zone for a touchdown on the 1 yard line. And but the thing about it is not about the failure. It's what you learn from that failure. And I think it was a big learning experience for me about the things that I can do and cannot try to do, especially early in my career. But you know, I had two other points along those lines that did show what happens, because the thing that people remember is not that first failure, it's what happens after that failure. If another failure comes, then they start looking at you. But as my career went on, I had a couple opportunities to fail and then come back and make a big play. And one was with the catch, when we beat the Cowboys in '81. The play before that, which people forgot because of what happened after, is I throw a pass 5 feet over Freddie Solomon's head, who was nobody within 10 yards of him and would have walked into the end zone. But instead, now I got to come back and make it hard. We make a play and get in the end zone and beat the Cowboys. But same thing in the Super Bowl. The play before I hit John Taylor for a touchdown to win the Super Bowl with 30-some seconds to go, I hit a defensive back dead in the chest. And I was thinking I could squeeze it past him because he had his back turned to me, and I could get it by him before he turned around, but he turned around and I hit him. I think it caught him by surprise and then dropped it. But the thing was I was able to come back, and that the guys knew, and we all had confidence in ourselves that we could go back and make something happen in the next play, which we did. We throw a touchdown pass down the middle and a little seam to John Taylor to win that Super Bowl.
You told me that you were recently reminded of a situation in your very last game.
Yeah, interceptions seem to be the theme of this here, but it's one of those things that I didn't know. I didn't even think about. We played our last game in Miami when I was with Kansas City, and a friend of mine says, "Did you know that your last pass was an interception?" I said, "No, it wasn't." He said, "Yeah, it was." And I didn't believe him. I had to go back and look, and sure enough, it was. And it's to this day, I'm still mad because I just want to go back one play, throw the ball. I don't care if it goes in the dirt. I just don't want it to be an interception.
Joe's humility and ability to face failure and then move on fast by getting back to the basics is pretty remarkable. And the more we talk to people of high achievement, of success in life, the more you find that these people have had major setbacks and failures in their life as well. Who hasn't? Failure's part of life. The winning spirit is so big that it embraces failure. But the key here isn't are we going to fail or not fail. The key is how fast are we going to respond and come back, get on our feet, and do what we have to do.
18 months ago, I talked to one of the largest retailers, if not the largest retailer in the world, Walmart. They expressed not only a displeasure, but a lack of desire of wanting to do business with our company. I identified why. I identified what we needed to do to correct that. 18 months later, I'm now doing business with the largest retailer in the country. So from that failure comes success. And failure, I think, needs to be looked at in terms of an educational experience as opposed to a black and white thing that says I'm a failure.
So how are we going to practice failing fast and moving on? Because we don't want any of you to fail at anything, although we know it's inevitable and we're all going to fail at something. So what we'd like you to do is to think about a time in your past when you really failed. Major setback, a challenge where you really couldn't get the job done. And think about what it felt like, and most important, what lessons you learned. When I say lessons, I mean, what did you take away from that experience? What momentum and energy did it give you? We can't really become our best unless we learn how to fail.